Hi, this is Luke Edwards, and I'll be talking about chapter 12, 13, and chapter 14. So, chapter 12 was about the plankton and productivity and food webs. The first part was talking about the marine photoautotrophs, and it just showed like the different types, which is like the seagrasses, the cord grasses, the mangroves, microalgae, and the seaweeds, which is phytoplankton also. I learned that like plankton are the drifters of the sea, meaning I guess they're all over. I learned that photoplanktons are photoautotrophs, also eukaryotic photoplanktons, prokaryotic photoplanktons, zooplankton are heterotrophs, both unicellular and monocellular. Bacterial plankton includes archaeobacteria. Those are all just different types of planktons that I also learned. During this chapter, I got to see the different sizes, which like the phytoplanktons, 2 to 3 microns. The microplankton was 20 to 200 microns. And like the macroplankton was 200 microns. I think it's one that I'm missing also. But I think it was the nanoplankton, which was 2 to 20 microns. And the chapter also stated like common members included the diatoms, the cyanobacteria, green algae, coccolithorides, and dinoflagellates. Kind of tongue twisters. And within chapter 12, they described each one of those. Chapter 13 was more about the nekton swimmers, which are the swimmers of the sea. The nektons is very vast. It includes 500 species of vertebrates and invertebrates, mostly vertebrates. And it stated that they're mostly in the Pacific pelagics. I found this chapter very interesting because these type of animals, I guess, cover great distances, which is, I found it interesting because it stated like they're Pacific, like the Pacific Ocean. So I was wondering, it's also a question. I was wondering if they're just in the Pacific, they just travel up and down and across the Pacific Ocean, or if they migrate to other oceans and seas. I learned that squid and other like large shrimp and crabs are considered invertebrates of this type. Yeah, also something that I found interesting. Also, a question was what types of crabs will be considered nectons? Yeah. Also found it that sea turtles was in this group, and all the different types of sea turtles. It's I want to say it was 7 species. 6 of them were found in the U.S., if I'm reading it right, and in the Caribbean, which the 6 were green, loggerhead, Kemp's Ridley, hawksbill, olive ridley, and leatherback. I think there's a flatback also. I found this interesting because I also read something that sea turtles are in danger, and this chapter actually touched upon that. Going on to chapter 14. This chapter talked about the benthos living on the seafloor, so mainly talking about the seafloor. Found out that the benthos is another thing that's incredibly diverse, with more than 200,000 species, which is quite interesting because I remember reading only 5% of the ocean's species have been discovered, meaning that there's a lot of other species that we've yet to discover. Yeah, so that was the 3 chapters that I kind of touched upon, the things that I found most interesting and what I learned. Another question I would have would be, um, um, is there any other types of marine plants or anything? I know they touched upon 4. I wonder if there's any more. Thank you.